G'day and welcome to the 43rd episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. The last Destiny 1 episode. We're in the final countdown now. Holy shit. This week, we're joined by the good Dr Jazzy Bebop. We unveil who won her screenshot competition and we talk a whole heap of Destiny 2 stuff. But we don't get into spoilers, so don't get too scared of that. But we really tighten the ship on this one. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers.
Fools.
Fly, you fools. G'day and welcome to the 43rd episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. My name is Log Power Slave and holy shit, I can talk fast. As always, I am joined by Obi-Wan's unwanted offspring. To my left, Mylan Games. How are you, brother?
Good, sir. Thank you for the introduction. Yes,
no worries. And below
father.
me, as always, some kind of Hagrid clone. Just a grumpy old man. Just bumbling and grumbling away, as always. Good. Right. So, anyway, moving on. This week, it's been huge. Like, it has been absolutely insane in terms of everything that's been going on. There's so much news to cover. But before we get to that, I want to introduce... This is your second time on, isn't it, Jazz?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Well, there you go. You got the call
Hello.
back. Good job.
I feel so special.
Yeah. Hey.
Hello to everyone.
So we're going to do something that, special a little bit later on. Jazz, as if you've seen us, if you follow our Twitter, you've probably seen it, that Jazz ran a screenshot competition to enjoy... sorry, fucking slots sending me a message. To just sort of celebrate everyone's enjoyment of the visual side of Destiny. You know, like check out everyone's screenshots. Check out. There's a few different categories, so it'll be interesting. Jesus God, I think I've just had a stroke, dudes. What do you guys got? Someone talk for a little while. Stop me. Why is Matt all
Guys,
fucking...
we are talking. We have all of the spoilers.
Replace one person, he can't talk for another.
Step up to the plate, Matthew, for fuck's sake.
I think it's contagious.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Hold on. I've got a
Alright,
solution.
out with it.
Jazzy, why don't you tell us about your screenshot competition?
My screenshot competition. I can certainly do that. Alrighty, so
There we go. Nailed it.
or would you rather... I mean, I guess I can say something about myself first and then about that.
That sounds great.
great.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Alrighty.
that'd probably be, wise. Given that you've lived
Wise.
a full and happy life, I assume, outside of this screenshot competition.
Oh no, I just run competitions randomly.
Right, good.
Alrighty, so I take screenshots of the many, many beautiful places within Destiny, and also of some of the various bosses. Recently finished all the raid bosses. One of the things I really like about Destiny, and I know there's plenty of things to complain about, but one thing I think they've done an excellent job of is the people who design all the backgrounds, the landscapes have just done a tremendous job. The scenery in this game is just breathtakingly beautiful, and so I really enjoyed running around in Destiny, exploring all the places, taking shots of all the pretty places, and certainly looking forward to doing that in Destiny 2. From what I've seen so far, it looks like there's going to be even more beautiful places to explore. So,
So
I
if
will
you haven't
probably...
checked out,
Sorry.
Jazzy, if you're listening to the podcast, we are rolling some of the screenshots now. So either check out that YouTube video, or the best place to see these beautiful pictures is on your Tumblr.
Tumblr or Twitter.
Tumblr or
If you're
Twitter.
just after this screenshots, then it'd be probably Tumblr, which is destinyscreenshots.tumblr.com, because who needs a complicated URL to remember?
So have you already planned your first Destiny, like what is in the front of your mind for Destiny 2 screenshot from what you've seen already?
Gosh.
Do you have like I
no
need to
idea.
get to this location and take a snap?
Ooh, I don't know. Nessus, I gotta say, looks very, very cool.
Nessus is
and
really
I had a
nice.
little bit of a chance to explore in the beta. I didn't get much time to play, unfortunately, but yeah, it looks really cool. I'm liking all the Vex.
The reds are
potential
really
to be awesome.
nice. And yeah.
Yes, and beautiful, the beautiful trees and all
like
that. So
the
I don't
red.
know.
Am I doing it? Am I
No,
doing
you're
it
not.
right?
You're fucking failing miserably.
The farm also looks really pretty. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to do, go there on the beta since it was 3 a.m. my time. But yeah, looking at that, it looked really, really, really pretty. So I'd definitely be running around taking far too many screenshots around there as well.
I think the traveler shard would be something that you probably can get some really
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
because they
that's
have all
definitely-
the colors coming through. They've got the void and they've got the arc storm, and I think you'll get some really nice photos of the traveler shard if you can find a good spot.
I think so. Yeah, even just looking from a distance, that looks like, yeah, that looks really beautiful. So, and I guess yeah, probably European Dead Zone might have some very pretty places too. I don't know. Plenty of time to go exploring, so
So,
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Are you going to take
Will you be
sloth
on
modeling
console
again?
or PC?
Yes, I will be only on Xbox. One is enough for me. I don't really. I struggle to have enough time to play on one console, let
Not
alone
like
anything.
the rest of the Destiny 2 community that have just gone, "We're gonna go to PC."
It looks
No,
beautiful.
It
My
looks
lovely
beautiful.
laptop,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
I fully am aware it looks beautiful, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So what inspired you to start doing this? Was this just like a one-off thing, and you're like, oh, this might be really cool to keep doing this, or what got you to this point?
That's a little bit of a long story, actually. This is sort of indirectly came about due to one of the clans I'm in, or actually my only clan for Destiny 2, which are the Awesome Sisterhood of Guardians. They run a number of community events throughout the year, and I've been in the clan for I think nearly 2 years now. So one of the events they run several times while I've been in the clan is what they call a scavenger hunt. So the idea is they'll have a list of things you can find in Destiny, or like say take a shot of you going for a drive, or take a shot of you going shopping, or like for when Festival of the Lost was on, they did ones so like dressing up your guardian like in a costume. So like take a shot of you looking
That's
like
pretty cool.
like a wolf or like a mummy or a ghost or something like that. And they sort of had like a bit of a competition between the console players, so like PlayStation versus Xbox. So the idea was you would go out and either by yourself, or some of the shots needed to be a group shot, you go take a shot and submit it, and then they'd sort of count up at the end, which console side had the most shots, and they would win. And there was a few things on there as well, like take a shot of you in like console colors, so like green if your Xbox, blue if your PlayStation. So I mean, I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun trying to think up sort of creative ways to take a shot of something on the list, but I wanted to try and be a little bit different and see if I could take shots of something that would be on the list but would have like a really nice background. And like I'd been playing for quite a few months, I think, by this time. So I kind of noticed that, while I've been running around, that there were some pretty places within Destiny, but I hadn't sort of ever really kind of actively gone around exploring and sort of really taking the time to notice them. So I thought, no, I'm going to go around. I'm going to go out on patrol and have a look, see if I can find any nice places where I can take a shot for something on the list. So I think the first place I sort of really, really noticed something that I hadn't noticed before was on the moon. So when you're going on patrol, and normally, and I'm sure this is what everyone else does, normally you spawn in, you go charging straight up that hill in front of you, and then you go off and you run around and you shoot things and you collect materials and do bounties and, all the usual stuff. And I thought, for a change, nope, I'm here to explore things. So instead of just charging up that hill, I'm going to have a look around. So I spawned in and I turned around and I was just completely gobsmacked that there was this just amazing view of the sky right behind where you spawn in. So I think that time it was like what would pass for day on the moon. So you had the sun really large and glowing brightly in the sky, and I think when it's night you can see the Earth, and then there's clusters of stars near it, and it was just the most amazing, beautiful view. And I could not believe that I had been playing this game for months by this
Never
stage
seen
and
it.
Yeah.
never seen it. And I was like, all I had to do was just turn around, and it was right there. And yet I must have come in there so many times and never bothered. And I did end up taking a shot there for the scavenger hunt. But then it got me thinking, if there's this beautiful view right there and I've missed it, how many other places are there that also have really lovely views and I've run past them countless times and never noticed? So I sort of started making a bit more of an effort to go around exploring things. And then not long after that, they brought in the it was the April update that had the introduced Challenge of Elders, but it also introduced the ability to turn the HUD off.
Yeah.
And then I found out there was a few ways you could take screenshots without your weapon and your character
on that,
So yeah,
how do you take your screenshots?
I have.
He double
3
clicks the
different ways.
Xbox Home jewel and goes take screenshot.
I don't have a Kinect, so I don't actually tell it to do that.
Without the gun in view, you numpty.
Alrighty, so I have a few different ways. So the first way that I do it is that so when you swap weapons, there is about half a second or so when neither weapon is on screen. So if you time your screenshot correctly, you can get a shot just of the background. So usually what I do is I swap a weapon and then very quickly press I'm on home box, so it's home button to take a screenshot. Although
Okay,
using
so you just
this,
press it once.
yeah, and then take a screenshot.
Sure.
Although I would say with doing this, I've learnt the hard way to check after I've taken it that I've actually done it properly, because I've had a number of times where I thought I timed it correctly, and then I've gone away later and looked at it on my computer and realized that my weapon was kind of still in the bottom. So yeah, so that's been a bit annoying. I've had to redo it.
As someone who's been around with her for quite a while in regards to taking screenshots, Dr Jazzy Bebop is a perfectionist.
Oh, I mean, dude, look at the pictures that are just scrolling through. I've been sitting there just gawking like an idiot. But I mean, how many of these did you die for? Like, because there was one that was there's bosses and stuff like this.
If you're talking the bosses, I've died a lot.
And how many of them was I present for and you didn't tell me?
I don't know. I sort of lost track. I know I've had quite a few clanmates from the sisterhood and also from Terra Australis who've helped me, as well as other people who were very patient and didn't mind me causing multiple wipes because I got too close to a boss trying to get a close-up shot and inevitably died. But people were good about it. So that's why I always made sure I explained beforehand. I'm like, you're aware that this is going to take longer than usual and we're going to wipe more than usual because I will be dying. All in the name of getting a good screenshot.
I can imagine like Destiny 2 raid and like Jazzy's like, who wants to do a raid? And everyone's like, no.
Maybe after like a month when the gloss is worn off and everyone's like knows it's got it down to a fine art, then we'll say, yeah, okay, I can put up with it.
Yeah, no, usually I would do it later. Usually I wouldn't do it initially, no. I'd make sure people are aware that I am taking shots so that they know what they're in for. If it's going to be a fast run or something, then no, I wouldn't. I don't like holding
again, Sloth knows what he's in for.
Well,
yes,
I mean,
you know
do we bring up the fact that Sloth was, once a model in some of these screenshots?
I'd nearly forgotten about that. Yeah.
Can I ask, is Sloth the prettiest thing that you've taken a photo of in Destiny?
That's I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
Wait,
are we talking about? Are we talking? Are we talking about his Warlock or his Titan? Because I've taken screenshots of both.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's just got.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, no.
Yes, of course.
Where did the name Dr. Jazzy Bebop originate from?
Oh, okay. Well, originally my Sloth might know about this one. Originally, it was actually Jazzy Bebop 146. Because I'm a massive fan of an anime called Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I really like it is that it has a fantastic soundtrack, and a lot of those songs are jazz music, including the opening track, which is just amazing, and I love it. So yes, hence that was Jazzy Bebop. The original 146 was because that was the track numbers of 3 of my favorite tracks from the soundtracks. And then I think they introduced the ability to, they were getting rid of some old gamer tags or something on Xbox, and so I'd been getting a bit sick of having numbers on the end. So I decided to change it, but I was kind of stuck. I didn't know what I wanted to add something on because I couldn't take just Jazzy Bebop because I was taken. And so I was having to talk to Sloth about what I could possibly add on, and he knows I'm a massive Doctor Who fan, so he suggested, why don't you do Dr. Jazzy Bebop? So that was how that came around.
Is the most thoughtful gamer tag I have ever known.
Isn't it?
Really?
I mean, yeah,
wow,
it really
thank you.
is. Absolutely
Aw.
huge.
Most people go, when I was 9, I thought fucking Big Dick Harry was a really cool name.
And then I got stuck with it for forever.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
No scope
Vibranium?
killer.
Yeah, what's a Vibranium's name? Isn't it like Killerface or something?
Murderface 90.
There you go.
Oh, God.
There you go.
There you go.
Guys,
That's the reason behind it.
That's why you can't
We
force
did
people to
have-
live with their mistakes. You got to give them the opportunity to change it. I've gone through a few.
Really?
Wait, I just realized
You gotta
I was
say
meant
that?
to talk. I was meant to say 2 other techniques I used to take screenshots, and I realized I got sidetracked and didn't
All
say
right,
the others.
all right. Let's just
I'm
for the
sorry.
sake of having the information out there, Jazz. You can share your proprietary knowledge, and then we'll get into the.
No, this is I
shit ton
got
of
this off other
news.
people, so I can't really claim this as my own idea. I would have never found these by myself. But the second one I used is handy in these social spaces like the tower, where obviously you don't have a weapon, but it does work anywhere. So the idea is you sit down in front of an object or a wall, and it seems to work better if you're actually facing that object, and then you just turn around camera view until it'll sort of somehow, I don't know if it glitches out or something, but
Yeah,
like
it
your
sort of
character
puts you
just
through the
just
back of your
goes
own
off the
head.
screen. Yeah, and then you
Sort
just
of
see
like
the,
pushes your camera forward so it doesn't collide with
Yeah.
the object like that.
yeah. So if you're taking shots of like the tower or the reef or something, that's quite handy for that. It was also, funnily enough, very handy on the Last Rites mission, which was the second last mission of Taking King when you go to get Proto Soul. In the bit when you're invisible, I don't know why, but the other 2 techniques I used wouldn't work. I don't know if it was just because you're like in third person view or something. So the only thing I could use was that technique, which is a lot of fun when you're running around, trying to stay away from the hive and not let them detect you while you're also sitting down facing a wall. That was good. So
Is
I
that the
think
raid
I only
technique
got-
too? Just I'm trying to get a picture of
No.
myself. I'm just going to go and sit down and face this wall over here, and
No. No, no. Fossick was we were stuffing around, and yeah, I managed to get up pretty close to him, and then sort of jumping all over the place like a madman while he's trying to bloody shoot me. So, yeah, taking shots of raid bosses is definitely more difficult than usual. But it is good fun, and I've got to say, like some of those bosses, they've got really cool designs.
I
Like,
think that's probably one of the-
whoever's done the aesthetic design
Yeah.
for them, like they're bloody awesome.
Yeah.
So, very excited to see what kind of bosses.
I wish, in a
they
way,
have.
I wish there was like a Destiny bestiary where you could go and look at the 3D models of these things because you really don't ever like. You look at Vosik, you don't ever get up close to him. He's 30 meters away
And
and absolutely.
there's no
I didn't realize
images
people are
really
looking.
either. There's no
Yeah.
images of like, and I tell you what, right, Jazzy, I will take you into the D2 raid so you can screen cap the bosses because I need those crispy thumbnails, man. I need those crisp
Wow, thank you.
images. I need you to take an action shot of whatever the next Destiny 2 boss is so I can
Oh,
take
wow,
that
thank
shit
you.
and put it in a thumbnail.
Like, just remember, mate. Jazzy takes payments of $59.99 per shot. You'll have to pay her respectively for her hard work.
It'd be cheaper to get Gamma to just draw it, man. All right, do we want to get into the news for this week? Because
Yeah,
there's been a
let's
shitload of stuff.
Do it.
And it's,
Do it.
So before we get into the news, Gamma was supposed to come on today, but there was an issue. There are some things that Matt may want to tell you on his Twitter, or if he talked about it on stream. Hey,
I can quickly say now.
yeah.
All right. So we were supposed to have Gamma on. So Matt, why is Gamma not here today?
So, well, look, the reason why Gamma was on, we are very close to the release of the comic book. Tomorrow, I will be doing a 12-hour live stream from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday US, which is 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. for me. So thank you, US. So I'm going to start streaming my time 6 p.m. Sunday night and go to 6 a.m. Monday morning. And when I finish that, I'm going to release the comic book. So we'll go live at the end of that. We're going to have Gamma Trap on to talk about the process of creating the comic book. It has been 5 months in the process from start to finish, from concept design to end product, from artwork, music, and voice actor. Unfortunately, when you have a project of this scope, you have a lot of edit files. So we had multiple files for the voice actor, and some of them were his very first recording, which needed editing and needed a bit more direction. So he actually had done them again. Unfortunately, I didn't make it terribly clear which were the final voiceovers. So Gamma had used some old voices and had spent 18 hours working on it and making it an EXO voice and playing around with all the pitches and whatever magic he spins on it, and it actually wasn't the final audio. And I had to listen this morning. I'm like, this doesn't sound right, Gamma. This sounds really rushed. And then I realized it was the old voice recordings, and I was like, you've used the wrong voice recordings.
Oh, well. So you've just broken his heart and sent him back to the grind.
Pretty much.
Do it again.
That's why Gamma's not here.
Go to your room and make sure you don't come out until it's done properly.
Probably not next week.
And this is the thing. Gamma sent it to me last night, Sloth. We were on stream. And when I listened to it, then I was like, this doesn't sound right, but I couldn't work out what was wrong with it. And it's only when I got to the last paragraph, I knew I had taken out a sentence. I had taken out that sentence, and the actor said that sentence. I was like, oh, fuck. This is the very first recording. This is not the final recording. And then I went back and checked through it. All the paragraphs were all wrong. And I was like...
So basically what you're saying is that you decided on a particular audio recording to finalize, but you didn't actually tell Gamma which one it was.
No, I did.
This is all your fault.
Look, I was being kind. It is in DMs, me saying final audio recording and the Dropbox, but it's easy to miss, okay? And I think I and Gamma have learnt a lesson when you're working on a big project to how clear you need to be where the final project lines are or the final script is, because we've got so many folders that we share on Google Drive that shit becomes very hidden.
Well,
even though it's late for the final.
It's a sad story. It's a sad story. I mean, I've been there before. Back when I was doing the band stuff, we recorded all the guitars for the album, and for whatever reason, we were using a Mac, and they saved to trashes, and then the computer was running like a dog, so we emptied trashes and deleted everything. Like, on what system can you accidentally save shit to the recycle bin? It's just dumb. But, we did them all again, and we were a bit drunk, and it was probably better anyway. So, but just quickly, if you're in the stream, if you're in the chat, please don't dish out spoilers. I know there's a fuckload of stuff floating around, and it's hard to work out where that line is. But let's just say if it's content that hasn't been officially released, we're very hesitant about it. Like, okay, we all know in the GameStop video, we saw the other subclasses. We discussed it last week. But if it's coming back to mission numbers, names of missions, things like that, we, as a podcast, have decided not to go into it because, you know what, next week we're going to be able to talk about it anyway. We can hold off for a week. So, yeah, just, I don't want to demonise anybody, and we didn't make that clear, so all good. But
did we speak about how disappointed we were in some people posting spoilers?
We will get to that. We will get to that.
Can we start off on a hell of a positive note?
Yeah.
Yes.
That live action trailer. It didn't have Led Zeppelin, which is the only thing I can chip it for. Because beyond that, it is amazing. It's one of the best trailers for anything I've ever seen. And I was kind of,
awesome.
I mean, I'm happy the puppy didn't get exploded, but I feel like they wimped out. It could have been heaps more.
All marketing is good marketing.
Yeah,
all at least.
Actually, I will say this: it is disappointing that Cade is a cat person. I wouldn't have picked it. I really would have. Pictured him to have a Rottweiler or something.
But that said, if anyone is going to be a puppies person, it should be the Titan. So good choice there.
Yeah, true.
Puppies.
Did you spot the Easter egg in that trailer?
Which one?
With the mobile phone?
Yeah,
yes, the Gary thing. Yeah, that was gold. I
The
love
late
that.
night texting from Gary.
Who is it to? You tweeted that out yesterday. Who is he tweeting?
Who was Gary tweeting? What did it say? Are you up?
Yeah.
Did it say, hey,
Are you
you
up?
up?
Hey, are you up? Just waiting for everyone to sleep, so we can silently slide into those DMs. And when I say that, Earth.
Oh, wow. I didn't think of it that way.
But so we'll talk about the spoilers and the leaks and we won't be naming names, and I don't want anybody in the chat or YouTube comments or the chat in Twitch. Please don't be naming any content creators' names. That is not what this podcast is about. We're talking about how disappointed we are, but we will not be talking about specific people. All right, guys. But the PC beta, that was something that happened this week. That was amazing. So guys, what are your thoughts? Jazzy, I know that you didn't play it.
My laptop can't handle it. Struggles as it is.
What did you think of the?
You know what? I'll say this. Right. I mean, I just rebuilt the computer and it's pretty bitchin'. So I wanted to get into it for the novelty of that. But up until having all the issues that I had, PC was going to be the one platform that I was going to let slide. I was like, I might get it, I might not. Comes out later, we'll see what happens. Holy shit, did it change my mind?
You can't go back.
I don't know how I'm going to go back. I put the 30 frames per second thing just on the computer, on the PC version, just to see what the difference was, and I'm like, I don't know that I can play this. I mean, I've got a few days to just get my eyes used to it, but I know that sounds snobby. I know it sounds snobby.
No, it's so dark. It is so dramatically different with the frames per second.
It is different, but when someone says, I can't play it anymore, I just want to smack.
It's not like I literally can't play anymore. It is just so.
It is dramatic.
Striking. It is so striking that you're like, holy, it's that feeling like that you sold me. It's that feeling like you sold me on this. Mm-hmm. This looks amazing. Like when I went into, because last night's live was the first time I played back on console since the PC beta. And I was like, oh my God, it looks like I'm glitching. It looks like I'm skipping frames. But, well, I guess we are sort of asking frames. You just list less frames,
You're skipping 1 in 2 frames, man.
But, after half an hour, your eyes get used to it and it's not as striking. But as soon as you go back to the PC beta again, you're like, whoa, and then you go, and then it's like, I actually think the hardest thing is if you're doing multiple platforms, if you're switching between PC and console, you want to get that smack in the face every time you switch both ways.
The glove to the backhanded glove to the face every time you drop back the console. Yeah, I mean, I went into it pretty open-minded. Like, I'll be completely honest. I suck at mouse and keyboard. I think the last game I played on PC, just shooter-wise, was probably Duke Nukem 3D, which is probably given a bit about how old I am.
Wow. Nintendo 64?
Yeah, maybe.
No.
I don't know. Is that all?
No.
Okay.
That's older than a
No, it's
Nintendo
older than
64.
that.
Older than that? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and probably not an appropriate game for the child that I was at the time to be playing because it's got tits in it, pixelated tits. But anyway,
Pixelated tits.
so I played with the keyboard and mouse for a while, and it was, you know, I kind of got used to it, and I think long term, if I'm going to be playing on PC, it'll be what I'll use. But I did connect the controller, and the one thing that was absolutely astounding to me is that I had the controller, and I'm going, yep, no worries. Playing like it is just absolute normal Destiny, business as usual. You're on a console, and then put the controller down and just like I was just trying to get used to it, going life for life, just between devices. It was It's crazy the way they've optimized it. I mean, there's a few things with that. As Sloth was saying, if for whatever reason your controller disconnects while you're using it, you can just get stuck. But
it's crazy.
That,
you just click your A button, you're in a controller, or you just click your mouse button, you're back to mouse. It's really cool.
I mean,
I wholeheartedly agree. The PC, how it looks on PC is fully like it.
It's just striking. It's beautiful.
It is very striking. It is very striking. With the controller thing, I didn't play it on the first day. I played it on the second day. Well, that night, and people were saying, "Oh, I played for 12 hours and never dropped a game on controller. The aim assist is too big." Rah, 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 rah. Listen.
Here we go.
Relax.
Yes, do it.
We're gonna disagree.
Some people are good with mouse and keyboard. If you've been playing mouse and keyboard for the last 5 years, or like any amount of time, of course you're going to be better with a mouse. Like even if you run at 1,000 DPI, blah 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 blah. If you've been playing on console, i.e. like Log and myself and Jazz and anyone else who's played on console who find it a bit easier, and it's Destiny, and you are so used to it in your mind's eye, you are so used to the controller. Why wouldn't there be a little bit of aim assist? For the most part, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Some people enjoy one thing, some people enjoy another. Don't call people out for using fucking both. It is not.
No, I don't think people are calling it out yet. I actually think the reaction has been relatively fair. I think people that are using controllers are in agreement from what I've said. We think the aim assist is a little bit too strong.
I don't think it's too strong at all.
Do you know what I think?
I was just as bad on controller
as I was on PC.
Exactly
the same as it was on the fucking Xbox, man.
No, okay, so this is what I heard Gathalion say. It is exactly the same, but the recoil pattern is different on PC.
Oh, really?
let me just correct your statement there.
This is what I heard.
This is what Gathalion said.
Okay,
Gathalion is a very smart man. I have a lot of respect for him. But I don't think he actually understands as much about PC as what he actually fucking reckons he does.
I completely disagree, Sloth. Look it up. The recoil pattern has been changed because there is no aim assist on the mouse, right? Your recoil pattern on weapons is different on PC. However, when you add the aim assist for a controller and you don't have that recoil pattern, it is stronger. Look it up. He's doing it now.
Go and practice it in the game you can't access for a few days or months.
Listen,
I'll play middleman. I'll play devil's advocate, and I'm not entirely sure who the devil is. I think that there is something there that will probably be wound back once the full release hits. Whether or not that's fair or not, whatever. I think for me, as a dude who's played it with a controller for fucking years, picking up the controller, it felt right. So I'd hate to see them come in and just make it and change that vastly. I don't think they will. I think there's fine tuning
Yeah,
there
not
that probably
vastly.
needs to
I just
happen.
think, look, from me, right? Look, you guys know I don't really play a lot of Destiny. Okay, I haven't played PvP in Destiny 1 for a long time. Okay, and yeah, I played like PvE on stream and whatever, but I don't play a lot of it. I never play first-person shooters on PC.
Yeah.
So for me, my skill in controller and keyboard and mouse are relatively level, and I would have liked to see, or to at least feel like I was slightly advantaged, or not advantage. I feel like they were so even that I would prefer to, because I actually would have preferred to play keyboard and mouse, but I found I was doing so much better with a controller that
That's
I
just 'cause
didn't have any.
That's the other thing is too, like me playing both. How many of the people that you're just slaughtering are like us and just coming over to PC now?
Yes, yeah, that's
Because
other
I
things.
suck with the
That's other
keyboard
things.
mouse, man. I
But-
like
But
literally.
okay.
At the end of the day, hey.
Go on. You say that, then I'll say one more thing, and then we'll move on.
Well, at the end of the day, you know, like we love Bungie, we love Destiny, but if people are going to be complaining about people using controller on PC, where certain people were using mouse and keyboard on Destiny 1 with a Zim or the other devices, Bungie is going to go, oh shit, we better listen to the biggest community members in the community and get it changed, and then it'll just happen. That is unfortunately the way that it goes. The vocal minority make the decisions for the quiet majority, and that's the way it is in this community. No, you know that it's true. You know that it's true.
To an extent, I think. I don't know. I was kind of expecting to come into it and get owned playing with a controller, to be honest. I expected,
I was
because you know you can
look. This is the other thing. This is the thing that is, regardless to where you sit about controller and keyboard and mouse, what is broken is the PlayStation keyboard and mouse that you can buy, and it recognizes it as a controller. So what you get is a keyboard and mouse that has aim assist.
Yeah, but like you listen to Lupo go on about aim
it's very
assist throws you
difficult
off
to
and all
use
that.
a keyboard and mouse with aim assist.
Yeah.
Of that, I can be 110%
Really? Is it?
fucking sure.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
For the people,
Well,
for the
I've
people,
never used it. Never
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah, Ets raises a pretty
I-
solid point in chat that some of the top CSGO dudes came into the Destiny 2 beta with keyboard and mouse and just fucking destroyed everyone. So maybe it's just a matter
Yeah, I
of
mean,
people
that's
need
true.
to get better.
That's true, right? That is true. And like, the thing is, like, part of me wanted to say to myself, Matt, you're doing really well at PvP. But part of me was like, you're shit. This is just you're cheating. Like, I felt like I was cheating, and I don't want to feel like I'm cheating.
But how were you cheating? Because you remember, like we talked about this before during the console beta. Man at Arms, Log Power Slave, Mylan, and myself, we went into competitive playlist and destroyed for hours. Absolutely destroyed for hours. Not because of any sort of gain in hardware or loss in hardware or anything like that. You know what got us over the finish line? Because our gunplayer's on point. We don't rely on ability spam, and we have communication. Guess what? That is PvP. I'm sorry, Jez, in a nutshell.
Yeah, but okay, but this is the thing, right? So I completely agree with that. I went into competition mode with a controller, solo, and won all of my games. It was like 20 kills on the board without any communication.
No,
That's why I
you're better
felt
with
like
a
I was cheating.
controller. I reckon you're just better with a controller. Like, really.
That's why I felt like I was cheating.
I don't think it's cheating.
I think
Anyway.
the thing that probably annoyed me out of all of this, and it wasn't that people have an opinion or whatever. Like, if you feel aggrieved and you feel like you're getting ripped off because you're playing on a mouse and keyboard, you get beat by a controller, fine, go on Reddit, have a whinge. It's when people who, like, streamers and big streamers who are like, oh, I destroyed with a fucking controller, I did this. I'm like, dude, you play Destiny fucking 6 days a week on a controller. And, like, you will destroy people. You will destroy people irrespective. Fucking hell.
Look, I think this comes back to the other point, and a lot of people are aware of this. A lot of streamers and YouTubers are aware of this, and Dado is the best example of this. He did a really good reflection on his own channel. I think when it must have reached a milestone, and I saw a sort of reflection. He was like, I realized that if I'm doing this full time, I am in the 1% of people playing this game so much, and my opinions are different from the community.
Oh, yeah.
And he was really good at explaining that. I realize now when I'm making an Outbreak Prime video, or when I say, oh, this exotic's really easy to get, it's not. It's only easy because I've got an audience that always helps me, or I've got a pool of people to pick from, or because I play it X amount of time per day, or because I have the opportunity to play it more because I spend more time. So, you know, I think streamers and YouTubers, there's probably some who aren't as acutely aware, but just in regards to comment before stuff, I don't think we should put everyone in that boat, because some people are very aware that they represent a small portion of the community, but they do have a very big voice, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
the vocal. That's why I said the vocal minority, because the minority is the people who have the voice. Speaking of having voices, ladies and gentlemen, Destiny 2 has been hemorrhaging information. Holy crap! All right, I just want to make this clear. It's been leaking like a sieve, guys. In the YouTube comments and in the Twitch chat, please do not spoil anything. Please. That would be muchly appreciated. A lot of people who are hanging around here, a lot of people who watch and listen to the podcast, do not want to know information. They want to find it out for themselves. We are going to talk about this briefly. I just thought I'd let you know. Right. If you're a content creator and you are reporting on Destiny 2 leaks, information just to get views, I know that you're excited. And I think you three rather, know exactly who I'm talking about. I know you're excited about D2. But please stop releasing information about it before it's out. People just want to fucking enjoy it.
No. Let me refine this. Okay.
In your thumbnails. You
yes,
fucks.
It is fine.
Yeah,
it is fine for you to make a video about spoilers, because genuinely there are people that are interested in watching it. That is completely fine. When you put the spoiler in plain view in the thumbnail and then in the title, I don't agree with that. You should have to opt in. We've been waiting for this game for so long. I saw major story campaign spoilers in the first words, the first sentence of it, and in the thumbnail. There was no way
I know which one you're talking about.
That I could look at my sub feed and it was huge. It instantly confirmed things. It's amazing what a picture can do. It can instantly confirm a theory with.
Well, a picture's 1,000 words, man. A picture's 1,000 words. Really, like
I think that's bullshit. You should have to opt in. You should say spoiler. You should have. I know it's not going to get as many likes and views or whatever. You should have spoiler, or more console news, generic picture.
Leaks. There's fucking leaks. Here be leaks. You want to click for the leaks. Don't fucking
But you know what the big issue is that there are people who are hyped. And again, you guys know who I'm talking about. There are people who are hyped, and there are people who are literally just there for the channel views and trying to get monetization and views on their videos. Yes, I get it's a business, guys. I get it's a business. But this is an industry that is not just about money. It's an industry about
integrity.
You've got to have some fucking professional integrity, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it is professional integrity.
But it's the thing that really got me, like the thing that's sort of, I haven't seen any of the spoilers that you have, Matt. I saw you complaining about them. Same with you, Log. It's like I have not looked up anything Destiny, and I mean anything D1, vanilla trailers, anything like that on YouTube for the past 3 months, 6 months even. So that doesn't appear on my feed at all. It never has.
Yeah,
I've muted certain content creators on Twitter. I haven't unfollowed them, but I've muted their tweets so I don't see that shit. I don't want to know about it. You know,
I
like
actually saw
that's
something Fuzzle was talking about, that basically if you're going to talk spoilers, use the D2 spoilers hashtag and people can filter out by that hashtag. But you know what?
Fuzzle's just a Reddit moderator.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not
No,
everyone
well,
will
he's
be
at
watching.
Bungie now. He's working on the Bungie forums. But I mean, like,
okay,
look at it
right,
this way.
okay.
Look at it this way. On Reddit, if you post something that has spoilers and you fucking don't tag it as spoilers, it gets deleted. There's no one doing that on YouTube, so it's got to be self-policed and done with integrity.
Yep.
So you know, like,
Not
I think
only
we've laboured on it
YouTube, though,
enough.
it's
Fucking, it annoyed the shit out of me. I think I've obviously seen the
everywhere.
same thing Matt
It's
has,
annoying.
because I was scrolling through and I went, "What the like?" It's
And
There's other
look,
places
guys,
as
this is
well.
the beginning. This is the beginning. When the raid comes out, you're going to see the boss as a thumbnail, like that. And if
Yep,
you haven't played it
absolutely.
on release day,
Yeah.
your sub feed is going to be full of fucking thumbnails with the boss in it.
Yep.
I mean, like, it's
I-
worth saying right now, like, and this is. Oh, I'm going to blow smoke up Matt's ass for 1 second. We had a discussion before we went live today in that Matt could release a video right now going, I am right about all of this shit. And I have been for fucking years. And he doesn't do it because he's not a fucking dickhead. End. Right, let's move on to something.
I'm just saying, if you've been watching my channel for the last 2 months, I have predicted the storyline, so get wrecked.
Go back and do your homework, people. Get into it.
And that's
Holy
about
shit.
it.
Yeah,
All right,
right.
guys. This week at Bungie,
Yeah, that's
we
it.
have
That's it.
some dates. We have some character progressions and all that sort of thing. Now, they do say when you are ready to do the Nightfall is ready for you. Go and hit it up. So, guys, once the game drops, if you are one of those people who are going to power through the levels and bought all the Pop-Tarts and Rockstar in the fucking world, you will get...
Although we can get it here. Don't forget that.
Yeah, well,
Because,
man, we're Australian. We don't get our own
Australians
trailer.
have
We
got-
don't get fucking Rockstar or Pop-Tarts or fucking
Yeah,
bathrobes
actually, where
or...
is our trailer? Come on, what happened to that?
They still
I
call
wanna-
it fucking
do you not wanna
tomato
see
sauce
Bruce
ketchup.
coming? I don't know. Yeah,
Anyway.
exactly.
Right, moving
So
on.
Oh, get it
the
right now.
the Nightfall is ready when you are, guys. If you are one of those people who is going to power through the story and all that sort of thing. Speaking of Rockstar and Pop-Tarts, I have several friends in America from the bottom of Texas all the way up to the top of Washington State, and people are struggling. And even in Britain, people are struggling to get a hold of these things because people are excited for it.
And because
Good
people
on you.
are buying ridiculous amounts to do giveaways and to boost their streams and to do that kind of shit. Yeah.
Yep.
I saw
yep,
a picture
yep.
of someone's like kitchen just covered in
think-
Pop-Tarts and fucking like Pop-Tarts and
Bottle
Rockstar
tops.
energy drinks, and I scrolled through and I looked like, enjoy diabetes, my friend. Enjoy the diabetes.
It worked, didn't it?
I wouldn't be drinking. I would
Yeah,
be pulling the
it's-
codes off.
Bungie knew there was a community that would support it. They knew there's going to be so much hype around giveaways, YouTubers, streamers that can entice people into a stream with XP giveaways. You release a certain amount.
You know what the worst part is, though? Is that some people are actually, they've got these cans and all that sort of thing, and then they're individually reselling them on
No.
sites.
We talked about this last
Wow.
week, man. Fucking.
Yeah.
Let's not go into the
I know, I'm
scabs
not- I'm
making
not,
money,
but
man. They're just people like the guy that sells dodgy T-shirts outside of a concert of the
Yep.
band. They're just that. You are that. Like fucking hell. Anyway,
But, you know, like
there was
there's those
huge
kinds
news.
of people.
There was huge news in the this week at Bungie, but in the raid will be launching at 10 a.m. Pacific time on September 13th. So that's a week. Or, you know, like a week. I honestly, this surprised me. I thought we'd get a fortnight. My mark was
Yeah.
at a fortnight. Do I think it speaks to the amount of content in the game? No.
You don't reckon?
No, I don't. And basically,
Why?
look at it this way: the people who are at the front, and we're really talking about it from the, like raid races. That's where I'm coming at, like that. You know, the event. You know, it launches. Who's the first to finish it? The people who are in there doing that are the most hardcore of hardcore. Like they are the streamers. They are the fucking. They're invested. So for them, Yeah, stuff like that. So for them to be
the people
in there
who are
and
at
be
the
able
top
to,
of their game, who are going to be playing through the storyline as quickly as possible, eyes drooping out of their fucking heads because they'll be playing for 72 hours straight. If you are one of those people, or you know one of those people who is going to be streaming or just playing the game for hours plus 24, please look after yourself. If you know someone who is doing that, make sure that they are getting enough water into them. If you know them personally and you be able to reach them physically, please get them to stop.
Yeah.
Do not play.
It is actually dangerous. That is a really good announcement.
Yeah.
It is actually dangerous for yourself.
Please don't. It is, for lack of a better term, it is killing yourself for a video game.
There was a
Please
bloke.
don't do that.
There was a bloke.
People have died. People have died.
People have
streaming earlier this year that was doing a 24-hour stream, and
even just
and he passed
24-hour
away.
streams, not even like crazy shit. Like 24 hours seems reasonable, but it's not good for you.
They do know that.
Please look
As
after
I say that, come join my 12-hour stream where I won't be sleeping from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
No,
Matt, you do it responsibly.
These are the people. Like I know a few of them personally, and they've said to me, "Yeah, I'll be playing Destiny for as long as I can on release." And I said, "Why? It's going to be there when you wake up every day. I just want to get ahead of the curve. No, enjoy the game."
Yeah,
This is the thing. You can't
there's
listen.
philosophy.
You're not going to get the story. You won't listen to the story if you stream at 24 hours. You will miss everything they've put into making this game make sense. I guarantee if you do a couple 24-hour streams, you'll be like, what happened again? This is like Destiny 1. Oh, that's because you were fucking high as hell.
Let's be serious. Let's be serious about this. The amount of story in this game is, like, in a week, you will get through it. You won't get through every activity, but in a week, there is a story and you will get through it. And you will probably be in endgame content if you are the kind of person who is going to be shoulder to the grindstone, getting stuck into it and doing that. And that's fine. So I can kind of understand why we're talking about a week for the raid, because they're going to want to put as much on the table out there as possible, because like the raid is the biggest thing that they have. It is their advertisement, and they aren't going to want to, we didn't know what we were getting before Vault of Glass came out. We didn't know what a raid was. We'd never done it, and it was sort of this thing that was coming. I mean, now raids are such an integral part of the end game of, look at someone like Sniperton, and I know that he'll keep himself busy in the interim, but without that raid help thing, like that's a huge thing on Twitch. It's a huge part of the community. I do understand why they've pushed it forward, and why 2 days later we get our trials or equivalent. 9 days after launch, Trials of the 9. Yeah. I've hacked the fucking Matrix.
See, in my mind, I thought when they released the raid early, or just a week, I thought that's a good sign. It means they've got plenty of content to last until the next release.
Yeah.
Because imagine this, if I had less content, you would want to push the raid further back so people take a bit more time getting to there. But at the same time, I think having people under-leveled for the raid makes a different experience. If you push it back a whole nother week and people are at level, some of the challenges in raids, obviously are less challenging, but it does change the experience of a raid. And I think raids are meant to be hard. They're meant to be end game.
Yep.
The first time you go into it, it is meant to be at least 4 hours long, to unless it's Crota, to do a raid, So I think having it early also takes a bit of that pressure off, because the majority of people are going to be under-leveled.
They're going to be under-leveled, and hopefully, and I say this loosely, when I say hopefully, it's going to take people a long time to complete it, i.e. the same as what it took Vault of Glass to complete. I hope to, I'm not a holy man, but I hope to, almighty chicken man up there, that people don't go and kill themselves for an internet title that is basically worthless in the future.
All hail the almighty Chicken Man.
Chicken Man, confirmed, decayed, Cade said it too.
Oh, Jazz, what do you
So,
think?
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move into Jazzy's screenshot competition. Jazzy,
Let's do it.
we have a Guardians category and we have a scenery category. Jazzy, if you would, please take it away, my dear.
And
Jazzy?
she's not there.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. Hello.
She's fallen asleep while we were complaining.
It was that enlightening. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yes. I guess I should probably explain. So for people who don't know, yes, I ran a screenshot competition recently. Idea was just to kind of have a nice way to farewell Destiny 1 and to celebrate just how beautiful a game it is before Destiny 2 is released. So there were people could submit shots for one or both of two categories. So the first one was a Guardians category. So for this one, you could either submit a shot of just one Guardian or a group shot. And the other one was for a scenery category, which, as the name implies, was meant to be shots of just the scenery or just the background. Original idea was that I was going to have a winning shot for each category, but I ended up getting far more shots submitted than I ever imagined I would, which was absolutely phenomenal, and I really enjoyed seeing so many wonderful shots. I have far too many favorites. So I decided, since there were so many shots, as well as having a winning shot for each category, I'm also having 2 honorable mentions for each category as well.
How movie of the week of you?
I don't think so. So
Make a decision, Jazzy.
do you know how hard it was just to narrow it down?
I've seen the images, man, and I was like...
There were over 50 shots submitted. Trying to pick just a few favorites was really difficult. I'm sure not just for me, but also for my 2 fellow judges, TR Illustrate and Brian, who very kindly agreed to help me out with picking these winners and the honorable mentions. So the prizes, which is a $10 Xbox or PSN gift card, are reserved for the 2 winners. But the shots that get an honorable mention, as well as the winning shots, will be featured on my Twitter and my Tumblr. I'll be posting them up there after the podcast, so they get a little bit of a mini prize, I guess.
We'll retweet all of that stuff out. So if you're listening to this in the audio version, going, I can't fucking see anything.
If you want to see what they look like, please do go check them out. There's some fantastic shots.
Stunning.
So okay, without further ado, so we're going to do the Guardians category first, and then we'll do the scenery category.
So we're going to go runner-up, winner, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Good.
And the runners-up will be in no particular order. It's not like third, then second. They're just both equal.
Yeah, I mean, we say that, but there is.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, when I was doing the frames up last night, I was looking at them going, this one's so much better. With my my artistic ability, as everyone would know, is that of a 4th grader.
I mean, judging whether a shot is good or not, I guess there's always going to be a little bit subjective. So we tried our best.
All right. So number 1.
So the first honorable mention goes to Urza Scarlet with her very, very awesome action shot of her hunter activating her golden gun super. So well done, Scarlet. Don't know
that's cool, man.
That is very cool.
It was a very, very cool shot. So
you can see the light. You can see the light in the chest.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I'd hate to think like how many times it took her to like time this shot correctly to get that like almost like a upside down V shape or whatever. I don't know. It looks really cool though. So well done, Scarlet. Second honorable mention goes to Ellen Bot, who had a lovely shot of her Titan with the kind of sun glowing behind. So very, very pretty.
Sad
well
Titan
done,
is sad. Oh.
No.
sad. Oh, yeah,
Titan. Oh, are you
My
making
city
fun of
is
this
destroyed.
lovely shot?
No, I think it's aesthetically amazing. It's just it looks like if a Titan brought out a very introspective album, that would be the cover of it.
Ellen,
Great
there
work.
you go. You've got a thing for if anyone wants to release an album. Go ask Ellen for a shot to be an album cover.
The introspective Titan.
Absolutely. Alrighty, and now we get up to the winner. So
drum
the
roll.
winner of
Drum roll, please.
of the Guardians category, and I'm sorry if I pronounced his name wrongly. It is I Am Provocateur, who did a lovely shot in the tower with the birds taking flight, and it's very, very beautiful shot. So congratulations to I Am Provocateur.
That is the congratulations. Look at that. That's probably one of my favourite parts of Destiny. I've got one of Jazzy's screenshots that's basically that looking out the back of the tower. That's my wallpaper at work. And the amount of people who walk past and go, "Where's that?" I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I remember you saying,
Where's that?
Switzerland.
We're not too sure where the tower is.
I think I remember you saying, Log, that what was it? You had screenshots on your computer at work of, I think it was like Venus or Mars or something, and people were asking you, where is that? Like they thought
I
it was
just
a
make up-
legit real place.
Just make up lies. It's in Africa, mate.
Do you know
Yeah,
what,
it was so good.
do you know what I think made it this shot is that one bird like just off center that's in the perfect sort of classical silhouette pigeon pose,
Oh my god, it
Yeah.
is. It is. I actually hadn't noticed that.
like
That
the
is-
dove,
yeah.
the dove
Well
sort
done.
of symbol.
I'm Rockazare. You've like timed that perfectly. So
That's pretty
congratulations again well done also to the two honourable mentions, Scarlett and Ellen.
Excellent.
Please.
Excellent. Right, next category. Scenery, I believe, is the next
On
category.
the scenery category. So again, in no particular order, the first honourable mention, and again, I'm sorry if I do mispronounce people's names. Goes to Andras Blaze, who did a really lovely shot on, I believe this is a Skyshock PvP map, if I'm thinking of the correct one.
Yeah.
But it's very pretty, lovely lighting. So well done, Andras.
It is like, would you swim there?
No.
I don't
I
know
mean,
that I would.
there's probably like Hive like ready to snap my other fucking foot off. Nah, thanks.
Yeah, nah.
Looks pretty though. Looks.
I don't know
looks
if
pretty.
you've
Here
seen
I
a
was.
man swim with no legs, but it's not pretty.
And here I was initially saying, oh yes, that shot looks very peaceful, and then you brought that up.
I've got to ground it. I've got to put it in, I've got to give it some kind of context, right? Oh, all right. Very good.
Yeah, alrighty. So second honourable mention goes to Snay Fredrickson, who did a really lovely shot of the inside of the Iron Temple. So well done to Snay.
It's nuts when you look at things like this, because to me,
How did he do
at a
that?
glance, I looked at that and went, oh, that's a Skyrim.
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't
How did
it?
he get that shot?
I have no
Well,
idea.
you know where the big main bell is
The
behind
bells,
the Iron
huh?
Temple. Yeah, you can sort of like look through that little letterbox thing, and if he's probably done what Jazz was talking about before with like sitting next to the wall and looking over it, maybe.
Yeah, that could well be it. I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, couldn't figure it out. But no, that's awesome. Well done. So well done to Snay.
That's cool.
That is cool.
That is
Very-
cool.
I like
Shot.
woos.
Very
Good
shot.
job. All right, are we going to drum roll?
Alrighty.
Drum,
And now we're going to get on to the winner of the scenery category. And that goes to Bloody Smack, who did
Hey!
a really awesome shot of a fallen walker on, I think this is the Widow's Court PvP map. So congratulations.
Wow.
Wow. Holy
That is
shit.
mint.
I've got to make this full screen. Hold on.
Jazz, can you send me that one?
Yeah,
I wanna make-
absolutely.
I want to
Just
make that my
remind me.
background.
That
me
is
to do
nuts.
it. And I can
Is
absolutely
that
do
fucking?
that.
Is that? I mean, this is my level of the attention I pay to the maps. Is that like that spider tank's obviously always there? Where is it?
Yeah, it is always there.
I've
It's
That's
on
on
never-
Widow's
eight.
Court.
That's
Around
on
near.
8 point.
Yeah, all right.
Widow's
Yeah, I
Court.
think it's near.
Yep.
It's either
You're not
near.
wrong
I
there.
forget if it's C or A. No, it's near A.
Yeah.
Is that where
honestly,
near where heavy?
You know where the church
vaguely
is.
near.
If you know where the church is, you go back from the church back towards apartment block and then up into the A courtyard.
Yeah, on A. As
Yeah.
Even the mountains,
Okay.
man. Like, fuck Bungie do skyboxes,
Yeah.
don't they? Like, look at
they
the
do,
mountain.
don't they? They do an incredible job. Like you gotta
Wow.
say, for all the stuff you can complain about, like one thing they do really, really well is all their backgrounds and their scenery, and even just little details as well is absolutely crazy. Like one of my favorite little details is that when you are in the Black Garden, if you've ever looked at a pool of water in there are raindrops. Like there are like drops of water that instead of falling down like rain does, they go up, like falling up as if it's like some weird physics going on in there. And it's something that I would have never
I'm gonna-
noticed if I hadn't ever seen. No,
I'm
really,
going to take it
seriously,
back.
go
Just look at
and-
Matt's face. Oh, fucking what?
Seriously. Jazzy
No,
showed me the
seriously,
first
I've
time.
shared this.
There
And
is
I would
there
have
is
never
he's
noticed
actually there.
Yeah, I mean,
Jazzy
I've
used to-
seen it on the Dreadnought.
God.
I've seen it on the Dreadnought.
No,
Outside.
this is on Black Garden, and also on.
What? So you look into the pools of water and it looks
have a
like it's
look.
raining from underneath.
Yeah,
No,
like
you,
there are like
you
droplets
sit
of
in
water
the pools
falling
and
up.
the water is going up instead of coming down.
It's they have crazy little details like
funky
that.
gravity
This
type
is what
thing.
I love it.
Go and turn
You
on
can also
Destiny,
see
go
it
to
on-
the Black Garden, just you'll figure it out, whatever.
Why didn't someone tell me
You
this
can also
shit
see
like
it on
fucking 3
Fanfic.
years ago? For God's sake.
Because you're too
Jazzy,
busy running
Jazzy.
past.
Hey, I'm too busy
Yeah?
just, I can shoulder charge.
Can you please put a video together for me, which is 10 things you missed, 10 beautiful things
Actually-
you missed in Destiny 1. I tell you what, make a
This
video
is-
called 10 beautiful things you missed in
Oh
Destiny
my
1.
gosh, I've never made a video of this.
You'll get
this
movie of the
actually,
week.
I did get that detail of someone did do. I've forgotten where it was. It was a very long time ago. Someone did do a video of 5 awesome details you will have missed in Destiny. That was one of them. I'm trying to remember what the other ones were. There was also down in the Hellmouth. Oh, I've forgotten
Down in
exactly
the
what that area is
Hellmouth.
called. In the strike where you have to go on the ships. Oh my god, which strike is that? Is it Abomination Heist?
Yeah,
Is
I think
that
so.
bit
Yes, that is
Bottom
the
tip.
Abomination Heist. Yeah,
down
yeah,
that
yeah.
bottom part, the Hellmouth? You see these little glowing lights around everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever noticed, those are
Yeah.
fireflies. If you stand really still, you can see them, and they like glow on and off like real fireflies, and they just like fly around. I didn't even know that. I just thought they were random little lights, and then I looked up real close, and yeah, you can see there are actually little fireflies just flying around there. It's really
I'll tell you
cool.
what.
So
I'll tell you what,
in
it's-
Destiny 2, when you come across this stuff, I will help you make a video. How about that?
This sounds awesome. I like
Just-
this idea.
Yeah, just stuff you may have missed. Stuff you may have missed because you don't pay attention
Yeah.
and you're a dumb
Because
titan.
people run through it.
That's
And I think
amazing.
that's really
That's
cool
amazing.
stuff. I think that's some
Yeah.
really...
It's just attention to detail
I like
stuff,
that
eh?
idea. I like that idea a lot.
It's
Yeah,
attention
there's
to
some
detail.
like I mean that's one thing they've done is there are so many amazing little details like that. Like I remember one time I was running around on the Dreadnought in what area is
Dreadnought's
it?
got some cool spaces.
The Mausoleum.
Yeah.
The one where I'm trying to think how to describe it. I can't think of it. Anyway, one time I was sort of having a run around and happened to look up at the ceiling, and I couldn't believe it. The top ceiling of that area, there's like little glowing lights up there. It literally looks like constellations of stars or something. It is really beautiful, and
Mhm.
I was just like, "What the hell? Like that is who the hell looks up? Like no one looks up at the roof."
Everyone just runs through it. Yeah.
I can tell you
Everyone
who
just runs
doesn't.
through it.
Yeah.
And I only happened to look up there by accident. Like I don't
Yeah.
think I was actually trying to do shots. I don't know why I looked up there, and I was just like, "What? This views
Like,
This
Look,
has
it's
been the
amazing.
warmest and fuzziest end to a podcast ever. Like everyone's
I
just
know.
like,
It's been so nice, right?
Destiny is
Can-
so pretty.
Going back to that golden gun, right? You know that golden gun shot that you had with the light in his chest.
Yeah, I can bring it up. I'll bring it up.
Bring it up. From a lore point of view, that detail is so crazy because when you hear about the showdown between Dredge and Yor and Shin Malphur on Dwindler's Ridge, Shin Malphur describes this ball of light building in his chest as he becomes angered by seeing Dredge and Yor, and he powers that light through his chest, through his shoulders, and into the last word, and let's go fiery bullets onto Dredge and Yor, and it has this feeling of this anger building up.
You know that's just the armor piece she's wearing, right?
I was gonna say, isn't it the Age of Prime? Isn't it the
That's the
Age
Age of Prime chest piece, you goober.
You had me going, man. I had no idea, Matt. You sold me.
Classic moment. Too deep. I was in too deep, guys. I was in too deep. Well, no.
I really like how the photographer took the lore into consideration when making that photo.
Oh, fuck. Oh, look, if you're listening to the podcast, if you're at work or something, I think we're about an hour and 20 minutes in or something like that. Not quite, an hour and 10 minutes. Just please load up YouTube, jump to that point, and just watch Matt lead me down a garden path while Sloth sits there sort of slightly shaking his head and chuckling to himself and then throwing us under the bus. Oh, dude. I love doing this shit. It's good to laugh, isn't it? It's good to laugh.
If you don't laugh, you'll often cry. So
Exactly. So, do you want me to hit you with the most sobering fact of all time? This time tomorrow, we'll be Destiny 2 Down Under. Not tomorrow, next week. This time next week.
Oh God.
We will have played 4 days of Destiny 2, and it will be real. And when you come back next week, don't be scared, people, because things will look a bit different. We've got things, irons in the fire. There's things that will change a bit. But, holy shit, we've made it. We're pretty much in the final countdown now. If I had the Europe song fucking queued up, I'd play it. But, copyright. D2DU. Yeah. Well, that's okay. But the thing that I want to remind everyone of is that there are people out there who will be returning to Destiny. There are people out there picking up Destiny for the first time. Now, to go with the warm and fuzzies of the screenshot contest, just go out there and meet new people. But I'm gonna start pushing some things through the DDU, both the Twitter and the Discord, trying to build some people, get some people together, So if you're out there and you see someone who doesn't know what they're doing or they don't have anyone to run with them. Because that's how I met Sloth and that's how I met Matt. And here we are. Who knows? You might end up on a podcast.
You might end up with two other shit blokes on a podcast.
And Jazz, that's how I met Jazz. Seriously.
Yeah, through
that's
TA.
how it works.
Actually, that is how I met both Sloth and Log, because Sloth came and helped me out on a Kingsville raid and very kindly put up with me taking ages to do jumping puzzles because I'm rubbish at jumping. I don't understand to this day how the hell you were so patient.
You know what? Let's do this. This is without notice, right? But this is our last Destiny 1 podcast. Why don't we wind it down now with everyone? What is your favorite Destiny 1 moment?
The drunk ride.
The drunk raid?
The drunk ride.
Yeah. I don't remember much of it. I'm glad I recorded it.
Log.
Yep.
Can you share your screen?
My screen?
As in your desktop screen?
Not through Skype.
Not at the moment. Why? What's up?
Okay. because the guys from Focus Fire Chat just asked me to send them my favorite moment, and I sent them a private video from 2 years ago,
Yep.
of when it was original Marlin. What's cracking? Tuck your boners and Bell
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
It is so cringy, but what it is hard raid, Atheon. Not everyone's level 30. Everybody goes down. Warlock revive. Solar grenades spam onto Atheon. I die. Solar grenades kill Atheon. Drop happens.
Oh.
That's my favorite one. And I've got it immortalized, but it's so cringe. I was gonna say I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it sounds like the drunk raid, because that's what basically happened with us. I'm gonna pick something different, but for the sake of Sloth, right? Like Sloth's basically what happened is we all died, and there was one guy left at the end. Like, I was through the portals, I was completely fucked, I was blind. Oh, I had the shits. I was drunk. I just ran and jumped off the edge. And then there's this like, oh no, I'm dying. I'm going blind, whatever. And then you hear Cog's little voice. I fucking killed him. And then and I'm like, what? And I see the drop come up. I'm still through the portal and blind at this point, and blind in real life too. Like, that was up there. That was probably it. But the other thing, I have never laughed so hard. Two moments. My brother-in-law Mark failing repeatedly at the never-ending steps down at the end of the vault of glass. Just the rest of 5 guardians sitting there watching him plummet to his death repeatedly and swearing and just losing our shit over it. Or Rowie with the platforms and the wall of dicks in Kingsfall.
God.
It was an hour and a half of pain, and he got to the final thing and got demolished by one of the big peckers that comes out of the wall. And I lost it. So basically, people failing has been one highlight of Destiny 1.
He would have been screaming. He would have been like, for fuck's sake.
No, I was well past it. Like, I'd gone past through the wall of frustration into just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. All right, Jazz, what do you got? What was your favourite moment?
I'm gonna have a runner-up before I do this, and I am sorry, Sloth. I'm gonna say a runner-up is figuring out that I could push Sloth off the tower was a lot of good fun, and I'm gonna miss doing that in Destiny 2.
Yeah, there's nowhere to fall to at the farm. Maybe you can push him into the lake and he'll drown.
Don't give me ideas.
No.
Push him into a lake and a hive will rip off his other leg.
But that said, I do think Sloth has got me back multiple times because, on Venus, as he might remember, or, the wind got me off, pushed me off, apparently. So, but a legitimate favorite moment, it's very hard to pick. There's a lot of good ones. So I'm going to have to say when I beat Oryx on hard for the first time with the help of Sloth and Rowie and a few other guys. I only started playing a few weeks before Taken King came out, so the first ever raid I did was King's Fall. I missed out on all the original Vault of Glass and Proto Fun. So to be able to beat that on hard, I was incredibly happy. And I think I still remember Rowie saying, it was worth it just to hear how happy you are that you beat that. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's probably the most poignant example you can give too. It's, like for those that are the elite, they go through and do these things, and sure, it's nice, but to be able to help someone else do it too is probably what makes the Destiny community such a great place to be and such a privilege to be part of. But it's all coming to an end. This is it. This is the end of Destiny 1. So, boys, what's the plans from now until launch? Until we reconvene next week. And lady, sorry.
Immediately regret my decision. Tomorrow. Well, after this, I'm going to go to a wedding after this. Not my own, luckily. And tomorrow I'll be live all of Sunday for the 12-hour stream. Hopefully, Gamma Trap is busily editing right now.
Yeah.
and then we're going to... I wouldn't have slept, so Monday will be releasing the comic book, just Sunday night US, and that is, what's the date on Monday? The 3rd. And then after that, it's going to be what? I don't know. Sleep for a whole day and get ready for Tuesday.
So, do you want to announce what we're planning for Tuesday night, Matty? Because we could do that. We're ahead of the curve. I don't know what Sloth's doing. Sloth's in a bit of a spot where his family just come back from overseas. But me and Matt, we're going to stream from Australian launch time. We're going to be ahead of the curve. So we're going to play through.
Yeah,
we're going to pay attention to the story, which is a new thing for me. I'm going to learn. And yeah, we'll probably do a multi-stream and just have a good time.
Yeah. So I think that's that's Tuesday the 5th for me. Tuesday the 5th at 10 p.m. is when it goes live for me.
Yeah, I'll be up. It'll be midnight for me. Yeah. I'll be having a few.
No. All right. Log, you'll get it, and then 2 hours later, Matt, you'll get it. It's a rolling release.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
No, incorrect.
No, it's country or region.
No,
Country.
It's country or region.
US. I mean, region, yeah.
So if it's midnight in your country, somewhere, you'll get it. So it's 10 p.m. for me on Tuesday the 5th.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. Okay.
Consider yourself informed.
What are you doing,
Back off. No, well, my girls get back Monday afternoon. So they're leaving England today. So they'll be getting back Monday afternoon, and so I probably won't be playing and or streaming much next week. It's going to be a very skew-if week.
Family time.
Family time. I haven't seen them for 4 weeks, so family time. I was going to say, you're looking pretty disheveled, man. You know, you want to address that.
I can't imagine why.
Sloth, have you eaten in the last 4 weeks?
Have you showered in the last 4 weeks?
Have you showered? Are you wearing clean clothes?
No, he's
Have
not.
you put on deodorant?
Jazzy, what are you doing this week?
Oh, that was a very nice change of topic, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's brutal.
Very convenient.
It's okay. We'll let him off.
What am I doing? Aside from announcing the results on my Twitter and my Tumblr, I do not have a hell of a lot planned. I think I've got a few more shots I will try to post before D2 comes out, but I will probably not be playing it get a chance to play it until Wednesday night or Thursday, I think. So I will be a little bit behind, but that's all right. Yes, so very much looking forward to Destiny 2, and yeah, haven't really got much else planned at this point other than that.
There we go. I'm too excited. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm going to stream tonight. My plans are basically...
Have you pre-downloaded yet?
Yeah, dude.
I need to do that still.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done mine. Yeah,
I'm done
holy
yet.
shit.
I'm done it. I need to do it.
Go and do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it there because these two are waffling on.
I'm not.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging around for 40, what are we up to? 43 episodes of Destiny Down Under.
That's a lot.
The three of us really do appreciate it. Thank you to all the guests who have come on for Destiny 1, talking all of the smack and the things that we do. We're excited for D2. We will have all of the chat, all of the information next week. There are some changes that Log is getting our resident artist to do and things, I'm guessing. And, guys, thank you so much. Even though these two fucking give me all the shit in the world and all that sort of piss, I wouldn't do it with anybody else. So thank you, guys. Oh, fuck off. Guys, you've been watching the video. Until the next time, we've been Mylan Games Logcast and Real Talk and Dr Jazzy Bebop.
Yes, I was going to say thank you very much for having me on the podcast.
Oh, never again, Jess. Never again.
Thank
You're
you
an absolute pain.
Never again. Oh, wow. Are the shots just too pretty? Is that the problem?
Yeah, it threatens sloth.
Is it because you don't want people getting distracted by them?
Yeah, pretty much.
They should be listening to you guys, right?
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, we're going to call it there. No worries, Jazz. Who are we going to visit, Sloth? Have you got someone you'd like to fucking...
there is a particular gentleman who I do tend to lurk in his stream quite a bit. He is a good friend of the podcast. I would love to get him on at one point or another. His name is Mexican Ninja. Mexican Ninja.
Have we never had him on?
We've never had...
We have never had Mexican Ninja on. I would like to get him on, but it's...
Come on.
Fucking
mate, I'll be all for it.
All right.
But we are going to go visit Mexican Ninja. He's a fucking awesome dude. Make sure you go and give him a follow. Go in there, spam g'day, all the emotes. And do the things, guys.
Righto. Hang on.
Aces.
I'll do the thing now. This is all ending very well. All right, here's a bit of music. We'll see you on the other side, people. Oh yeah.
The law will find you.